This is the Penn Slammer III, Penn's third generation Penn Slammer reel. If you're not familiar with the Penn Slammer line, it's Penn's second to top of the line surf casting and boat reel. If you're looking for a big upgrade from your Penn Battle 2, if you're looking for something with a little more performance and sealing than the Spinfisher V, then the Penn Slammer III is it. The Penn Slammer III was reintroduced into the Penn line in 2016 and features Penn's DuraDrag drag system, more on that later, as well as IPX6 rating. What is IPX? IPX refers to the International Guidance for Water Sealing. With a rating of IPX6, you can basically take a hose and spray this reel continuously without worrying about introducing grit and grime and salt inside the reels. The reel is sealed enough that you can spray continuously without intrusion of exterior contaminants. So an IPX7 reel means you can dunk it for 30 minutes, and an IPX8 reel, or top of the line rating, is a Van Staal. That's a reel you can turn underwater. So this reel you cannot turn underwater without introducing water, salt water, grit and grime in the internals, but you can use it in the salt. You can dunk it in the ocean briefly, and after a long day of use, you can spray it down with no problem. The Penn Slammer III comes in 10 sizes, with the average gear speed being 5.6 to 1, or 5.6 turns of the rotor for every single turn of the handle, and 2 of those sizes come in a high-speed version of 6.2 to 1, or 6.2 turns of the rotor for every 1 turn of the handle, and you can tell which ones those are because they come in a different color scheme from the gold and black that you see here. They come in black and red. So today we'll be talking about the 5500, and I really believe that this is Penn's best spinner that they make. Yes, there is the Penn Torque, but for the average person that fishes really hard on the surf and from a boat, this is as good as you're going to get for the money. So more on that later, but first let's cover the specs from the top down. The Penn Slammer III is completely made out of aluminum body, rotor, spool, and it's the tightest spinning reel I think I've ever spun. I mean, there was zero play as you spin it. It's really one of the best built reels that I think I've ever felt from a big name manufacturer. I mean, pick this up compared to your Battle, compared to your Fierce 2, and it's just in a different league. I'd put it up there with some of the higher end Shimanos that I've spun. Just a super tight, no flex, fantastic bulletproof reel. The Penn Slammer III features Penn's top-of-the-line DuraDrag drag system. Yes, there's a Penn drag system that's better than the HT100, and the 5500 size will give you 40 pounds of drag, very similar to a VR150. And the Penn drag cap clicks really well, really nice thumb bar at the top, juts out really high, can't miss it if you're fishing at night and you're trying to look for that drag bar. And the drag system is also IPX6 rated, so feel free to spray it with a hose when you're all done. The Penn Slammer III spool is all aluminum. It's anodized black and gold, except for the 2 high-speed versions, which are anodized black and red. Comes with line capacity rings, nice rubber backing, a line keeper here, and line lay on this reel is excellent, one of the better I've seen, and the line capacity for this reel is absolutely huge. The 5500 will give you 380 yards of 30-pound braid. The rotor is all aluminum, well balanced, and very sturdy and very stiff. I could barely flex it with my hand here. And the 5500 comes with a 5.6 to 1 gear ratio again, 5-point turns of the rotor for every 1 turn of the handle, and that'll give you 39 inches of line retrieve. The bail wire is also aluminum, very thick, painted black, very comfortable as you open and close it, and it has a continuous design into the line drop roller here, so you'll notice there's no opportunity for the line to catch here, and ends at a really nice line roller bearing. Now the 5500 has an auto trip bail mech, but just know that the 6500 and up sizes are manual close only. The body is made out of die-cast aluminum with CNC cut brass gearing, and that's what really separates this reel from the SSV, the Penn Battle 2, and the Fierce 2. With its brass main, its brass pinion, its brass oscillation gear, its 7+1 stainless steel ball bearings, this reel is definitely designed to take on really heavy, really hard fighting fish with no flex and no fatigue. I mean, this thing is absolutely bulletproof, and it's a probably big reason why that the 5500 weighs in at 22.4 ounces, but with the CNC cut gearing, the brass gearing, the fact that everything is so tight, everything is in alignment. I mean, that's the reason why this is one of the tightest reels that I've ever spun. There really is no flex, really is no play, there is no noise. It's a very quiet reel, in hand. And I love the fact that these Penn reels have such small form factors when it comes to body design. And you'll notice that the body is ported slightly, maybe to save a touch of weight. Nice reel arm with a flat spot, really comfortable for casting, and an arch reel foot. I'm not sure why they do that. And you'll notice obviously that the body's painted black, just like the rotor, but unlike the spool, which is anodized black, the body and the rotor appear to have the same paint coloring scheme or same color application. And I know in the Penn Battle 2, a big difference between the 1 and the 2 was the corrosion resistant paint scheme or anodization scheme. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the same application is on this reel. If anybody knows for sure, please let me know in the comments below if the Penn Slammer III has the same corrosion resistance paint scheme as the Penn Battle 2. Now, it's impossible to talk about the Penn Slammer III without talking about its beautifully anodized gold handle. This is obviously the most striking aspect of this reel. It's probably the most gorgeous handle I've seen on a spinning reel ever. It's definitely long, gives you a lot of leverage, sticks far away enough from the body so you can't wrap your hands, into the bail and the spinning rotor. Definitely meant to add power to this reel. Just fantastic, and just as beautiful as the handle is this gold CNC'd knob. I mean, just look at that. It's just amazing. I recall watching John Skinner's original first impressions of this reel back in 2016, and he said if he could apply this knob to all of his reels, he would. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but with at least the 5500, Penn gives you 2 knobs out of the box. You get the CNC gold one, and you get an EVA knob, very similar to the one that comes on the larger size conflicts, but personally, there's no way I could use this reel without putting on this gold knob. And luckily for you lefties, this handle is interchangeable from the left to the right side. And for a quick reel size comparison, here's the Penn Slammer III 5500 versus the Penn Battle 2 4000. And here it is compared to Van Staal VR 150. And here it is compared to Penn Conflict 8000. And that was the Penn Slammer III. In my opinion, the best saltwater-specific spinning reel that Penn makes today. Yeah, there is the Penn Torque, Penn's top-of-the-line spinner, but really that reel is reserved for super big game like tuna and GT. For the average person getting in saltwater fishing that's looking at Penn, they're probably going to start with the Fierce 2, break that, get into a Penn Battle 2, and if they're fishing big enough game to break that, they're probably going to look over the Conflict, maybe look at the Clash, see its price point, look at the SSV. Once they spin a Slammer 3 compared to an SSV, I mean, I would know. I've had every Penn spinner up to the Clash. I mean, this reel for, saltwater specific fishing is it when it comes to Penn spinning reels. I mean, this reel is just awesome, and almost as impressive as the overall package that you get here is the fact that it's come so far down in price from MSRP pricing, going back to 2016. Nowadays, you can find this reel for $100 off what the original MSRP price point is. I mean, this reel here you can probably find for $175, brand new on eBay. And with the arrival of the new Spin Fisher 6, I really think it's going to cannibalize sales of the existing Slammer 3, and I think it's going to force Penn to come out with a Slammer that's IPX7 or maybe even 8 rated to compete with the Van Staal. I would say that as of today, it's probably the best value spinning reel that Penn makes, and that's saying a lot. With the Penn Battle 2, the Fierce 2, there's a lot of options out there, but if you're looking for a reel that can hold up in the surf and on the rail, I think the Penn Slammer 3 is it. Oh, and if you target surf species with a lot of spoons like this, check out realpowerhandles.com. They sell Kastmaster-like blank spoons just like this one in bulk quantities. You can find all kinds of sizes online at realpowerhandles.com and use promo code ishwithfish to get free shipping on your entire order worldwide. So that's promo code ishwithfish. Find all kinds of stuff at realpowerhandles.com. Just working with those guys to save you guys a little bit of money. If you burn through a lot of spoons like I do, go ahead and check them out, and you can buy Kastmaster-like blanks in bulk and save. And for awesome footage of big Bay Area stripers being caught with this very reel, check out the YouTube channel Mike's Tackle Box, link in the description below. And that was the Penn Slammer III. In my opinion, the best saltwater specific spinning reel that Penn makes today.